Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, hello. I just want to greet you as you come into the room. Let me know that you're here. Say hello back. Hello on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, making sure we are on go for all cylinders here. Yes, we are. So, you are not a tree. You have every right to move. If you are feeling stuck somewhere, you can definitely get unstuck. Tonight, we're going to talk about the power of soul searching and what that means for you when you are looking for yourself, when you are in need of revitalizing or re understanding your purpose in something. My name is Dr. Kim of Align with Dr. Kim, where we heal burnout, we create balance so we can express our brilliance and embrace well being at the same time. So you can have success and keep your sanity at the same time, sis. That's what we're talking about on tonight. So, um, community happens in the comments. I want to say that community happens in the comments. So I have a question for you all. And I'll start off with a question so you can answer it to give you time to reflect on it, and also so someone else can talk about it as well. Because sometimes when you read the way somebody else worded something, you get a greater understanding. And the way you say something may offer a better understanding to someone and help them relate as well. So community happens in comments. Make sure you say hello. I am greeting you and saying hello, so be sure to be kind and say it back, say it back. So, my question on tonight for you is, what does soul searching look like for you? What does soul searching look like for you? As I said before, you are not a tree. You have every right to move. If something does not feel just absolutely wonderful for you and you notice that the grace to go through that thing is just not there, I'm encouraging you and telling you that it's okay to move forward. It's okay to look around you. It's okay to look within you to see what your next step is. And if you need to pause for a moment to do that, you are absolutely in the perfect position to do those things. So, what do I mean? Why do we need to do soul searching? In what cases would we have to do soul searching? I'm specifically speaking from the point of being in a place of burnout or being in a place of after you've come out of burnout, you're going to want to know what next position you have. So, burnout is an overload of mental, physical, and emotional exhaustion. The results of burnout turn up to be less productivity. Also, you're not able to focus on the work that you have to do. You no longer have enjoyment in those things because you're mentally overloaded. I say it's when you've been going on too strong, too long, and sometimes in the wrong direction. And your soul is basically tapping on your shoulder saying, okay, I've had enough of this. It's time to come out of this. I want to do something different. And that happens sometimes. So I'm not talking about after you've been on a job for 3 months and you just, ready to go out. But you know what? I will say this, because somebody who been in a position for 3 months may definitely have had it and up to here with it. And yes, you are susceptible and prone to being burnt out as well, because that amount of time you can definitely have gone on way too strong in certain areas, especially if the work isn't being defined as well as you need it to be, as far as understanding what it is that you're supposed to do in that role. Because sometimes people can give you things to do and be unclear because they want you to pick up and do every single thing, and that's not our role. That's not your role. You definitely have every right to move forward in the position that's going to give you the best quality of life and well-being. Some other things that can happen with burnout are you lose your sense of self. You lose your confidence in yourself. You just have this negative outlook on things because it seems like nothing is working. You're steadily trying, you're always tired. You may be late turning in things. And like I said, definitely that level comes in where you're just no longer excited about those things anymore. And it's a tough place to be in. I know, because I've been there. Hi. Hey, Cassandra, how are you? I see somebody else is in the live. I don't think it's showing up. I want to, like I said, I want to greet y'all when y'all come in the room. And that's why I said, let me know that you're here. Say hello so I can greet you, even if you're a replay person, so I can say hello to you as well. All righty. So those are some of the main places that we come to in life. That's what that burnout place looks like. Or it may be chronic stress or fatigue. And you're just like, hey, something has to change. Something has to go different. For me, my moment of, looking up, because I was steady on the grind going forward. My moment of looking up was when I realized that I needed a different way to do life, not just a different way of doing my job, because I was always tired. I wasn't getting any joy from anything. It seems like nothing was working out because I was always giving, 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 giving. And I never understood what it was for me to feel myself beyond church, beyond, a weekend breather. Even on the weekends, I was worried about stuff and, had things going on in the back of my mind. And some of you all may have found yourself there as well. And so tonight we're giving ourselves permission to be at peace. We're giving ourselves permission to pivot to a place of peace. Even if peace looks like pausing for a moment and being still while you're listening to me talk about this on tonight, this concept, because I want to introduce your mind to the space of being able to create from a fresh place again, to be able to reach forward, to look forward in a different way. I remember being in a space of burnout, and I didn't know I was in burnout, or I didn't know that's what it was called. But I would still look forward because, as a business owner, as somebody that's an entrepreneur, you're always gonna be casting your vision. You're always gonna be looking forward. And because so many things have weighed on my spirit, even my sight was affected. My perspective of looking forward was, I only saw more negative things. And I had to give myself permission to be still. It's just like when something has muddied up the water and you need to let it settle and be still so that way you can get some clarity, so things can become clear. So we're giving ourselves permission to pause on tonight and to pivot into a place of peace with things. So that's some of the beginnings of my soul searching point. So we're going to talk about understanding, what is soul searching. What does that look like to even try to find your purpose? What are some techniques to do that? And what are some things that you may run into when doing that? So I am defining, hey, hello, hey Asia, hey Ellen, hey Henry, hello, hello. Yeah, my phone is over here by me, so I'll be periodically looking down just so I can check your comments and say hello to you as you come into the room. So thank you so much for joining us on a live stream tonight. So we're talking about soul searching. So my definition of soul searching is certainly when you pause, you give yourself a chance to reflect on what's on the inside of you. You're looking to ask yourself the deeper questions that you need to ask, the whys, the what, the hows about where you are in life and what you want out of those things, and being completely honest with yourself. And also in the Christian faith, we talk to God about those things. We pray about those things. We seek out what God says in the Holy Scriptures about these things in our lives, and consulting Him. And I just want to put this out here as well. In order to do soul searching, you have to understand and believe that your soul, the innermost part of you, knows its purpose already. That your purpose isn't something on the outside of you, rather your soul will draw you and attract you to those things that will reflect what your purpose is. So even in order to understand soul searching, because some people may think it's an outside thing, I'm going to look for myself out here. No, you're trying different experiences to trigger something on the inside of you to say, okay, yes, that's it. That's the moment of peace, the moment of clarity. This is the thing that I'm looking for. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, that may happen many times in life. I don't think that there's just one main purpose for a person, because we're multifaceted beings, meaning that you could spend one part of your life, being a classical singer or a trained pianist, and in the next part of your life you're like, you know what, I want to learn I want to be a tennis champion, or I want to learn how to paint and do beautiful paintings and murals and on the sides of buildings and things like that. When you have experiences or desires that come from your heart, and that it helps you to connect with other people, to collaborate, it helps you to feel, to help you move in a joyful expression, those things are all related to your purpose, and it may not just be one thing. So I want to free you from that, to share with you, hey, your purpose may not be just one main thing or one sentence. I don't know how many of y'all remember this, but we've done exercises. I remember doing exercises when I was in high school, even when I was a little kid, and they're like, what is your purpose? And I remember having anxiety as a kid and a teenager, because I'm like, I don't know. Like, I can say what I feel like it is now, but I'm like, who am I to say what my one full purpose is when I haven't even lived a full life? And I have the words for it now, but I didn't have the words for it then, to just understand what that meant and why I had all of these big feelings on the inside of me. Hey Fab, how you doing? Welcome to the live. Thank you so much for chiming in. So those are some things that we need to look at with our purpose and with soul searching. The fact that there's not just one purpose, and the fact that your soul knows what its purpose is. It's just the things that we go through in life. Sometimes it's the delayering or shedding of things, so we can truly understand what it is and where we're supposed to be and what we're doing. So, okay, you stressed out, you're trying to figure out what your purpose is, you're going through something painful, traumatic, you're trying to figure out what your purpose is, you're trying to understand why you're here, you working a dead-end job, or what feels like a dead-end job, maybe because you hadn't defined the purpose or assigned the purpose for that job, and you are at your wit's end thinking, there has to be more to life than this. I want to say to you that you are correct. There is more to life than that, and we're going to talk about it now. So when we look at why our purpose is something that calls us, or something, it starts with an irritation or either some type of curiosity, is because it's already on the inside of you. It's already on the inside of you. You are guided on the inside by not only just your beliefs and your behaviors and your core responses to things, but you're also guided by the Holy Spirit. This is what we call in the Christian faith the Holy Spirit. Other people may call it intuition. Other people may call it, some other things, or just being guided by their inner knowing. All of these different words, but we definitely have an inner guidance system to help us with making our decisions, letting us know which way to go. Like, how many of you have had those experiences where you can't explain it, but you understand something that no one taught you? Or you can't explain it, but you know something, things, but you can't explain it. Like, you can't give somebody a reason or show them something. It's just something that's innately on the inside of you. That's your intuition. That's your inner spirit. That's the Holy Spirit on the inside of you, working and moving. So that's the role of your intuition, of your inner guidance system. Just like there's a GPS, a global positioning system, there's a guide positioning system. There's your internal GPS, your internal compass, things like that. And we can have ego driven goals with things when we're reaching and doing things, and there are goals that come from our soul's purpose as well. Understanding the two of those will kind of let you know, if you have tapped into that inner part of yourself. And there's nothing wrong with having either one. It's just when we assess our goals and when we're looking to go deeper with things. So back to the part, like you got this 9 to 5 job and you're like, what's my purpose? And it's like, well, I came into this because I wanted to make a lot of money and I wanted to have all of these things or whatever. That's what we would call an ego driven goal, because you saw something on the outside of you that piqued your interest and it drew you into it. And also, money comes, money goes, things like that. And also seeing what level of fame somebody had or what level of status somebody had, those are all ego driven goals. But a soul, when we search a little bit deeper and we figure out, hey, I may be dissatisfied with this because I'm working and I'm getting a lot of money, but I'm not really able to, nothing is feeding my heart here. And to find out what feeds your heart, that's when you're looking into your soul's purpose, your what's driving you and where you want to go with those things. You may have an inner wanting of wanting to feed homeless children or feed homeless people, or you may have an inner desire to want to take your family to see different things, to have enough money so that way you don't have to um, ask someone to get off of work or ask someone for a raise because you're thinking about getting a bigger house and things like that. You want the ability to be able to gain those things for yourself. You're wanting some financial freedom. Even though those are outer things that you would be getting, it still gives you a level of satisfaction in your heart. It means that you value certainty, you value stability, you value having a balance in your life. And we can operate from those places in our lives as well. Hey, Andrea, thank you for joining the live. Thank y'all so much for sharing this out as well. A lot of you all have been sharing my lives and commenting on my lives as well. I just want to thank you for that also, because that helps me to get the message out to more people about what I'm doing. I'm here as a resource to help people who are experiencing burnout or they've gone through it and you're trying to prevent yourself from going back through that thing. But tonight we're talking about, what happens after the burnout. Yes, I am doing a series. I'm going to link that on my YouTube channel to have a playlist for it. God has told me so many other things about this also. So back to what I was saying about understanding. Hey, Jocelyn. Hey, hello. So there were some other things as well about, understanding what your soul purpose is, and really just saying, hey, I need more than just this 9 to 5 job. That's the example that I did, by the way. And I'm just gonna keep running with that example so it'll make sense. So if you're busy and you got this 9 to 5 job and you're like, there has to be more than life, I'm dissatisfied about this, how do you do the soul searching? What's the practical part? It's like, okay, Dr. Kim, what are some things that I can do? So having a meditation practice is helpful as well. That's one thing. There's meditation practice, and I like to do meditation. There are several ways I like to meditate, but one of the top ones is journaling for me. Being able to journal, like I said, soul searching. I'm defining it tonight as a reflection moment for you to really sit down with yourself and ask yourself those tough questions in an honest, non-judgmental way. That's what mindfulness is. You're being non-judgmental about what's coming up for you, so that way you can be truly authentic and express what it is that you really want without your mom, your parents, your cousins, your sisters, your friends, your frat brothers, your sorority sisters, or anybody, your neighbor down the street, Mike and them. Nobody's gonna see it but you. And you can accept it with yourself and be loving towards yourself and allow yourself just to have that space to pour out. This is why I love journaling so much. Oh my God. I actually got a few journaling prompts for y'all on tonight as well. If there's something that you want, let me know if that is something that you're interested in. So that way I can be sure that I'm giving you something that is helpful for you as well. So we talked about mindfulness, meditation, and journaling for when you're soul searching, right? To give yourself the opportunity to pour out, to explore. Exploration, not just internally, but externally works as well. Going new places, getting in new environments, taking a different route home when you go. All of those type of things will sort of trigger your brain that, this is something new that we're doing. Let me pay attention, let me open up. And it also gives your brain and your mind a chance to wonder, so that way you can get those creative juices flowing. Creative expression, doing things that really get your creativity going. And oh my God, if you tell me, oh yes, I'm creative at work all the time, I solve problems all day, I'm going to tell you to stop right now. I need you to do more than just be solving everybody else's problems and come home in the evening just stressed and shrieking out and worrying out. Okay. So back to what I was saying, give yourself an opportunity to do things that you enjoy. What do you like to do? What feels just absolutely wonderful to you? Do you like to go on spa dates? Do you like to go to coffee shops? Do you like to listen to your music blasting so loud you just can feel the music in your car? Give yourself 10 minutes of that. Give yourself a 10-minute break to do whatever it is you like to do. And if you're able to carve out more time to do those things, like take nature walks or go on uh explore, what can I call it? I don't say adventures. I'm just gonna say it like that, because you could be exploring um new bookshops. You could be exploring in another town over from you, just going to a different grocery store or going to a different clothing store, just to get a different look, a different feel for things, and to give your mind a chance to take a break from the day-to-day routines. I love routines. I love systems. Routines, the root word route for me, takes you where you need to go. It's it's certain, it's there for you, it won't change on you. I like those type of things. And our brains can literally get stuck like this. So that's why I like to switch things up as well. But being able to explore different ways of doing things, different methods of doing things. I even tell people, hey, start brushing with your left hand instead of your right hand, just to break up the monotony in your routine. Start marching when you are, standing and washing your hands in different places, just to get your brain doing different things. Start humming and singing on your way to work in the mornings, just to get your brain going and get your joy turned on with things. Laughing at yourself, practice laughing. Just break out and go to laughing. Just put a smile on your face. All of these things will trigger different parts of your mind. It's like, hey, this is something different, this is new, let me wake up, let me see this. And it starts to get creativity going within you as well. So what are some things that would come in the way of that? Hey, how y'all doing? I was just checking over there on Instagram, see if we had any questions or any comments about anything. What are some ways, or how can we overcome some things, like when you are in your adventure phase and you're exploring, you're taking new routes home, you are signing yourself up for new classes and things, just so you can get your creativity going again, so you can get ideas and say, notice and become aware and say, hey, I really have an affinity for these things. You're learning who you are. You're gaining a sense of identity again, your self-concept. You're starting to understand the things that you like and your values. And let me just say this as well. Who talks to us about our values? Where do we learn that? Like, understanding this is how I make my decisions. This is the place that I set my goals from. Because I know some people are visual, some people go based upon their feelings, things like that. But it all breaks down, or it all comes into what we believe and value in the core of us. Whether you thought of it as a feeling or something that you saw, you are drawn to something because of a core belief and a core value that exists on the inside of you. How do we even find those things? Our values. Who talks about those things? Well, your values, that it's what drives you on the inside. And there are so many different ways we can do this. I can definitely come back in and do another chat or leave a post about it on my page as well for some information for you all. But in short, I will say one of the best ways I've learned to get in contact with my values, to know, hey, these are the 5 values or the top 3 that are important to me in life right now. And these are the things that I am choosing. Because when you choose those things, you're adding to your level of happiness and you're decreasing your stress when you only give yourself, room to stick within those 3 to 5 things. When I say value, I mean things like family, achievement, balance, creativity. You have a value for aesthetic, things like that. I would recommend, number one, you go to a list, you Google or you search a list of values and just sit with that. And some people will rate them each on a level from 1 to 5, meaning 1, this isn't important to me, or 5, this is very important to me. And you go through with that list of 20 or more values and you choose out, all of your 5s. And then you sit there and you steady decrease the list, right? That's one way if you're a visual person and you like to look at things and reflect that way. So that's one thing that you can do in your reflection time when you are soul searching, is finding out what your values are. That's looking at a list. The other way is, are you ready? Are you ready? Hey, Patrice, how you doing? Thank y'all so much for coming in. Another way you can do it is, for a journaling prompt, you answer the question, what makes me glad? What makes me sad? What makes me mad? Those 3 things, when you write out what makes me glad, what makes me sad, and what makes me mad, this is an exercise that will help you to reflect on different experiences that you had in life. You will remember some things that happened as a kid, and you will remember some things that happened as an adult, and you will notice a commonality between those things. That lets you know the things that you value and the things that you consistently move towards in life. So that's an exercise for you to do as well with that. And don't worry, you'll be able to go back in this. I'll still be right here for you if you want to go back and say, man, I really need to do that. What Dr. Kim say, this is recorded. This will be here for you to come back so you can do that soul searching activity. What are some things that get in the way? So fear of the unknown. That's my timer going off. Fear of the unknown. What is the unknown anyway? Why are we fearing something we don't even know about? We're scaring ourselves, right? So instead of scaring ourselves, we can choose to reframe our minds and encourage ourselves. So to get into a positive place, I call it the what if game. Some people say, they think if you're saying what if, you're talking about negative possibilities. Well, I'm talking about the what if game in the positive zone only. What if this goes completely well? People say, what if I fail? Darling, what if you fly? What if you fly at this? What if this works out so well, you get notarized? You get all the accolades. This goes so well and becomes so easy for you that you get there faster, in a faster amount of time than you even thought was possible for you. What if it goes that way? And you're like, yeah, that totally could happen for me. So it's breathing a positive, it's giving a positive light on the thing that you are setting out to do as well. So those are some obstacles to doing the soul searching about things and going forward and taking your next step with those things. And this can really fuel you as well. If you're burnt out and you find that your energy is low and you're just not excited about anything, I highly recommend playing the what if game, and so you can switch your mind, because your mind has to be in a positive place to create positive things to come from that place. You have to even start speaking positive things over yourself as well. Same thing for self-doubt. What if I can't do this? What if you can? What if you can do it? What if you're excellent at this? What if this is some hidden talent that you have, right? So, y'all, I do my best to be my own hype woman. I have learned that through life experiences that if it's a me is gonna hype me up. And I have to grab myself on this sometimes. Like me, with me, we are friends. We gonna work very well in life together. We are friends. And so that was one of my ways of developing even with my self-concept and understanding that I am my own hype woman. If you a guy or a dude, I'm my own hype man. And no, it's not exhausting. It's quite delicious, if you will. It is. So yeah, and that helps boost your self-esteem and your self-worth as well. Time constraints. I know this is a big one. Oh my gosh, how do we even soul search if we ain't got time? How do we get that time in? Oh gosh, y'all, I'm gonna have to keep going because I didn't even realize I was on here for 30 minutes talking to y'all about soul searching. So I'll say this and then I'll review and come to the end. So soul searching, definitely, it seems like it'll take up a lot of time to do, but some of the activities that I talked about, like doing the journaling, playing the what if game with your mind, those things can be done in 5 or 10 minutes while you on a drive from home, or while you are on a 5 minute break, a 10 minute break from places. You just do those regular check-ins with yourself. Pretty much that's a way to do soul searching. Give yourself the space to build the new. Give yourself the space to build the new. Give yourself that 5 minutes. Set your timer on your phone for 10 minutes just so you can ask yourself, what do I want? So you can think about those things and go down and answer your own question. What do I want? Wouldn't it be great if, and fill in the blank, and just keep writing and give yourself the space on the in your notebook or your journal or your digital journal to do that. And if you can only think of one thing and put it down. And when you get ready to come back to that again, put it down and keep writing until it's completely clear. And then you move on to the stage of, let me break this up. Let me make this into steps as well. Y'all, I have a systems video coming up as well about this. Yeah. So when we have the clarity moments and we can fully see what we want. I am okay. I have pushed my own button here. I wasn't even trying to do that. So when we get to that point of clarity, like I was saying, how can we break that up into steps so we'll know exactly what we want to do? The goal is to help you move forward. The goal is to help you to move forward in a positive way without feeling like you're going to go back into another cycle of burnout. That you can still move forward while you are still filling your own cup and while you are healing. You can still move forward even if you don't know what the next step is. You can move forward in replenishing yourself and getting yourself ready to take that next step as well. That's the goal of doing the soul searching as well. And all of that can be done in many increments throughout the day as well. I hope this has been helpful for y'all. Hey Jessica, how you doing? I definitely, if you have any questions about anything, or if not, that's fine. The question that I have for you is, what does soul searching look like for you? And I'm still submitting that question to you to say it out loud to yourself, even if you're not in a space where you can type in the comments. Would love it if you did type in the comments as well. What does soul searching look like for you in this season? What type of things can you do? Will it be a nature walk? Will it be you asking yourself those questions while you are on a drive? drive? Will it be, hey, I'm gonna re-listen to this live again so I can really go through those questions that Dr. Kim said. And that's fine. Like I said, I will be here when you are ready to come back and listen, when you are ready to come back and answer those questions, and just for yourself, so you can start to really get those things out and pull them from within yourself. So I want you to remember that, dark times do not last always. Sometimes if you're feeling lost and you don't understand what your purpose is right now, please know that that's only temporary. That's not going to be like a forever thing. And when you are taking those small steps, celebrate them. You have to trust yourself in that space and learn to trust yourself in that space. And I know that's something that you can do. So keep seeking, keep believing, keep moving forward. This has been my time. I am going to end right there, and I will see y'all in the next one.